I saluted and without word walked out. I was now definitely convinced that I could not get away by any normal, legal means. I just had to escape, and that as soon as possible. The refusal of my application and the threats connected with it were an open violation of a pact between two allied governments. Such dishonesty certainly gave me a moral right to take justice into my own hands. I knew, on the other hand, that I could not desert without adequate preparation and careful thought. Now that the front was stabilized, a man could no longer wander around on his own in a uniform calmly claiming to be a survivor of some unit destroyed at the front. The work of the NKVD was far too efficient for that. What's more, I had a pretty good idea that they kept an eye on those continually applying for transfers. So I decided to wait for an opportunity and not to make any stupid mistakes. Two changes in personnel affected my life at this point, one pleasant, the other very much the opposite. A Pole by the name of Stanislaw Krupa was assigned to my platoon. Krupa was from Stanislava, and both his war record and his plight were much the same as mine. Like myself, he wanted to escape to the Polish army. The other change took Sarav out of my sidecar and put in his stead a fellow with an insolent face, probably an inside man from the Komsomol Youth Communist Party. He followed me to the point of almost assisting me in my physiological functions. I was not even allowed to ride the motorcycle alone, but had to take my new partner along wherever I went. Every 2 or 3 days, we set off on patrols behind the German lines. This was relatively simple considering the discontinuity of the line. Sometimes, when penetrating as deep as 10 kilometers behind the lines, we created tremendous joy and surprise among the peasants by unexpectedly showing ourselves. At first, I didn't understand the purpose of these patrols. Sometimes we seemed to sacrifice an entire day to sneaking through the German lines simply to enter a cottage and then return. Later I discovered that each time we set off, the patrol commander brought along instructions for the partisan troops, sometimes even arms and ammunition. These patrols became so much a matter of habit that I felt nervous only once at the risks involved. I happened to remember the date was December 21 and that overnight the recent appallingly low temperatures suddenly ceased. As we set off at dawn, the thermometer had almost reached 0. The patrol on this occasion was a large unit consisting of infantrymen in addition to our reconnaissance platoon. The HQ of that sector was planning a local attack in order to shorten the line, and it was our job to reconnoiter the territory in advance. The route we were to take had been mapped out by the divisional staff. It was therefore new to me as well as to the 30 men and the 3 officers in command. We had passed the first line of German trenches before daylight. Even so, we had to move very slowly on account of the snow, which was deep and so far untouched. Some 3 kilometers further, however, we came across a well-trodden track running at right angles to ourselves. This I found alarming. Since I was up front, I informed the commanding officer.